I just want to know, is this better or worse? For this particular project, I'm going to be using libgdx by Bad Logic Games. It's a Java-based game framework thing that lets you write games for desktop, iOS, Android, HTML5, and iOS, I guess. If you played Chip's Challenge, it was like a free game for Windows 98 or whatever. I was thinking something like that. I'm toying with a lot of mechanics still, like whether or not if you're going to have magic or if you're going to have lives or whatever. But I have a couple ideas of mechanics that I would like to see, such as this ring combat thing and like the aforementioned color-coded doors and shit. So let's talk about my first trial, which is focus. Right out of the gate, I started designing classes that I didn't need. Open up your window, put a sprite in there, and get him to move around with some keys. There's a guy, Sean Middleditch. He has a great video on this on the channel, Game Design Architecture Club. I'll link to that in the description, and I'll put a card for it here. Let's say you get your guy moving around. Now you can add a box to bump into, or a power-up to collect, or this or that. Basically, the object is to incrementally make your game more interesting to play. You should be making little milestones, having goals, and capping goals, and stuff like that. So for the first 4 days or so, I didn't get a whole lot done in terms of the game itself, because despite the advice that I just tried to give you, I went out and I started working on my tile map editor because I'm a fucking moron. Let's talk about that for a second though. I found one in a tutorial called Tiled, and you have to buy it. It's a name your own price, but if I can avoid buying stuff, I'd like to avoid buying stuff, you know? So I've always wanted to be like a tools developer for games and shit. So I have a palette, which is an image that you load. You select a part of the image and draw with it. This will be like your sprite sheet for designing your map. But yeah, that's basically all for week 1. I started on Wednesday, so it's not really a full week, but let me know what you guys think below.